Heyo. So I'm sorry that I've not posted a video in a while. The reason is that I wasn't quite sure which direction to take my videos in. There are so many issues in the world right now, everything from the current US presidency to the algorithms of the internet that seek to divide and tribalize us, that pushes into echo chambers in which no one listens to each other. Friends have become enemies, enemies have become friends. We may be on the brink of war, and through all the madness of the modern world and progress that humankind never thought imaginable, we're still left wondering the greatest question of them all. The purpose of our very existence. So anyway, here's my theory about Samurai Jack. So Samurai Jack was a show created in 2001 by creator Jendy Tartakovsky. Now the show itself used a limited animation technique, but it didn't stop it from creating engaging, weaving storylines and inspirational art styles. Now the plot of the show was simple enough, so simple in fact that it would explain the entire story in the intro of every episode.
Long ago in a distant land, I, Aku, the shape-shifting master of darkness, unleashed an unspeakable evil. But a foolish samurai warrior wielding a magic sword stepped forth to oppose me. Before the final blow was struck, I tore open a portal in time and flung him into the future, where my evil is law. Now the fool seeks to return to the past and undo the future that is Aku.
So pretty simple storyline. Basically, Samurai needs to head back to the past, undo the future before it ever happens. It made for good storytelling as well. But yeah, in 2004, the show went on hiatus. It didn't really conclude, and it was the last time that a lot of us fans thought we would ever see Jack. Jack isn't his name, by the way. That's a name that he got given when he went to the future by a 90s gang that were just like, "Oh, hey Jack, whoa Jack, watch out Jack, Jack is cool." But yeah, 90s slang in the future, I don't get it either. Anyway, so basically, we didn't see anything until this year, 2017, where he came back to Adult Swim and in a really epic way. Not in the, oh god, why did you make this, please make it end, somebody just end it all, I can't bear to watch it way the Powerpuff Girls came back. No, they made it complex, they made it darker, they serialized it. There will be spoilers at the end of this video, I'll warn you when they're about to come up. But yeah, it's really taken us all by surprise. But anyway, on with the theory. Oh, sorry, I did just forget to mention, I'm pretty sure this series is made for us adult children that still care about a show from almost 20 years ago now, that are still invested in the plot. Anyway, on with the theory. So, remember when Aku said this in the opening?
Now the fool seeks to return to the past and undo the future that is Aku.
Stay with me here. Jack isn't foolish for wishing to return to the past. Jack is foolish for wishing to seek to undo the future that is Aku's, because whether he likes it or not, he's now part of future events. He's now part of saving all these people in the future and eventually finding a time portal in which he can go back to try and stop Aku. But if Aku is stopped, then the future doesn't happen, which includes the event of him finding a time portal to go back into the past to destroy Aku, which would undo the future, in which he finds a time portal to go back into the past, and you get where I'm going with this. So, what will happen? Well, I say that Aku will not be defeated in the past, but in the future. But Mel, what evidence do you have for this crackpot theory, I hear you ask, or maybe not because you're not watching either way. Well, I have two pieces of evidence. The first one comes from season 3, episode 9, in which we get a little bit of backstory, in which we see Aku's first attack on the world, and Jack's father, the Emperor, tries to defeat him with the magic sword that's said to be able to defeat Aku. But what happens is that this doesn't defeat him. Instead, it just allows him to remain dormant until Jack has to fight him later on in the battle that, eventually ends up with him being flung into the future. So we know that the sword alone isn't enough to destroy Jack. And the second piece of evidence I have comes from a episode called Traveling Beasts, I think. Now, in this episode, Jack finds a time portal, and a guardian is, guarding it. We just know him as the Guardian. No other name is given. But basically, he's been there for eons protecting this time portal, and he says that there's a prophecy that only one person who can defeat him will be able to use the portal, and only once. Now, Jack, obviously, his quest is to get this portal and, go back in time so he doesn't let up, and so he starts fighting the Guardian. The Guardian still keeps telling him that Jack isn't the one to use this, and they're equally matched, but Jack still persists, and eventually Jack is knocked unconscious, and the Guardian has this big heavy boulder, is about to smush him when the portal speaks to him. He just says that he understands, puts the boulder down, puts Jack on a flying beast, and sends him on his way. But then the episode ends with this.
Can't use it yet, Samurai Jack. Not yet. Not yet.
So, there you have it. This is the portal that Jack was looking for, and ironically it was looking for him too, but he can't use it until he does something. He needs to do something before he can use this portal, and I think that is defeating Aku. And we know that it's not just the sword. The sword alone cannot destroy Aku. So what I think he will need is something more. And, having the sword and all the allies he's made in the future, everything from pan-dimensional beings to Celtic magic. And so, yes, I think that this is what needs to happen. And then, and only then, will he be able to return to the past. But you know what's funny about this entire thing? Aku wouldn't have been defeated in the first battle by the sword. We know that from the episode where his father tried the same thing and he only lay dormant. He could have waited a couple of years, laying dormant until Jack was much older and couldn't defend himself. But instead, he chose a cowardly tactic and he flung him into the future. But in so doing, he gave him the power of the future to destroy Aku. So, in a way, Aku sealed his own fate the time that he flung Jack into the future. More on. Now, after watching some theory videos, because the final episode is going to be next week, and I'm really excited, there is another piece of evidence that has come to surface. This is a spoiler bit, so don't watch this if you haven't watched the new series and you want to watch it. So just click over to whatever time code I put down here, because I'm still recording this video and I don't know what time code it is to hear me ramble and shill at the end of my video. If you really want to hear that. If not, you can just go now. Okay, you gone? Okay, so for everyone that's been watching, yeah, basically in I think the third to last episode, we see him walking through this desolate landscape filled with sort of robot corpses, and he says that he knows this place, that he's been here before, and he sees what looks like the destroyed time portal, which I talked about, so the Guardian protected. And the Guardian's glasses are seen on the ground, broken and cracked. Now, does this mean I think that the Guardian is dead or the portal is gone? Hell no. But yes, that was my theory, and I'd love to hear what you guys think. So anyway, if you would like to follow me on Twitter, or if you'd like to donate, I've got a PayPal on Twitter as well. There's also a Patreon if you can find it. Good luck with that. And once again, thank you all for watching my silly ranty video. And I'll see you next time. There's American Gods that I'm up to episode 3 on, which might, there might be a lot of theories there, but I'm kind of excited to, have a guess at. Oh, there's Doctor Who. I might make a video about that and how the the person that's locked in that vault, it's messy. Come on, it's messy. We know it's messy. Just stop all this nonsense. Anyway, I hope to see you in the next video, and if I don't, then no bother anyway. I make comics and stuff on Twitter sometimes, so you can just enjoy that instead. Anyway, have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching.